Welcome back, guys. So this is the continuation of the tutorial. If you are just joining us, kindly go back and watch the previous tutorial so that you get to know what we've done previously. So in this edition of the tutorial, we're going to be drawing our columns and beams. So let's quickly get to work. So to start with, you go to your structure tab, click on your columns. We have columns, you see universal column, click on that place. Select any of your concrete column because that's what we are using, concrete column. Click on edit type, click on duplicate. After clicking on duplicate, label your column C 230 by 230. So we have that. Ensure you change your dimensions to also 230 by 230. Afterwards, click on OK. So we are done. So for us to be able to see our columns properly, I think we would like to change our views to realistic. So let's have it like this so that we'll be able to know wherever we placed our column. We will not have to replace the column again there twice. So we have this, this, this column here, 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 here. So we keep placing our columns wherever we see the red box means we have a column there. So we have this and finally this. So we also have some columns here which are about circular columns, so we can place the rectangle columns. So hit our escape twice, click on the columns. We'll have to load family to be able to get that. So click on load family. We have that. Go to US metric, go to structural columns, open concrete. So we have concrete round columns, so this is what we are using. So we open it up to load it into our project. But you can see the dimension is 300, so we say edit type, we duplicate, we label it as C230. Okay, let's have this as a capital letter, C230. So we say okay, then we also change this to 230. So okay, so we have our column like this and like this. We'll come back to this side, so have it this way and this way. I think that one is not properly fitted, but I think let's just have it like that. So if we are done placing our column, let's see our work in 3D. So this is what it looks like in 3D. So let's be sure that everything is in order. Let's go back to our ground floor. Let's select all our columns. Let's do a left to right selection so that we select only the columns. So we have columns, we have base level, foundation, top level, ground floor. So everything is in order. So the next thing for us to do is to draw our beams, our plain beams, the ones that are attached to the columns coming from the foundation. So we go to beam, we select any of the rectangular beams and we edit type as usual. Then we duplicate. Duplicating, we want to use a 230 by 450. All these things depends on you. It's just us, it's just to show you how it is being done so that you get to know what you are doing. So you also change here to also 230 and the depth of the beam is 450. So we have that. Click on OK. We already have our realistic on, so we draw our beams. You see the way I'm drawing it, I'm not just pulling it from one edge to the other edge. You draw it just the way you want your beams to appear. So I'm taking my time to show you all this so that you will know how it is being done. So we have this, this, we have this, click cancel. So we have another beam coming from here to this point, and this point we have that, cancel. We have this, and this. So I'll pause the video, complete my beams. You also should try to complete yours, then we'll continue from there. So coming back, you discover that we'll have all our beams drawn. So let's look at our work in 3D to ensure we are in order. So we have this. So this is what it looks like. So the next thing for us to do is to also go back to our ground floor and get back to the other floor plan for the first floor, and repeat the whole process of the columns and the beam. The only thing in this case, we're not going to be drawing these columns in this one. So let's quickly have that. Let's go to, let's see, columns, no, not 230, we change it to C230 by 230. So we place our columns, so columns like that. We have our columns like this. So I'm going to pause the video to draw the columns and the beams. By the time we are back, we'll see what is next for us to do. I've already shown you how to do that, so let's pause it, then we'll continue. So after drawing your columns and beams, this is what your drawing should look like technically. So the next thing for us to do is to draw our floor. We have a cantilevered floor here, and here and here, but we can choose to draw this together with the floor. So we'll go to structure, you go to floor, ensure you're on structural floor. After clicking that, click on duplicate to create your own. Say S, so we label this S150. We want it to be 150 mm thick. So S150. We have 150 mm. And take this off. We'll say OK. Go to edit. Click on this 150. So we say OK, and OK. So we have our floor as 150, as you can see it here. So the next thing we have to do is to draw the boundary. So we'll pick it from the middle, we'll draw it. Maybe let me put off this, the layer thickness. So come back here again and start. Now I'll have it like that. So I'll have it up to this point. Let's have it this way. Okay, let's go out to this point. Okay, let's come down. Let's have it like this. Think, go in. I'm trying to establish the boundary in such a way. Okay, we come to this point. To this point, and to this point. Go down. We are coming to the edge. All these things depend on you. From here, we move in again, move up, and I think at this point, am I correct? Yes, let's go in like this. Have this. So have this. Nope. Escape, Control Z also. So we're supposed to come in from here, up, and this, and finally this. So we have this, so we can click on our finish to form our floor. So we have our floor. So the next thing for us to do is to draw a cantilever. I'm not going to show you how to put up your stairs in this tutorial. Maybe in subsequent tutorials show you how to represent a stair in Revit structure. It's not the conventional way that you do it in architectural work. In this one it's a bit different. So let's continue with our floor. So we say floor, go to structure. We need to draw a floor here, a cantilevered floor. So we say this, we pick from this point, since it's rectangular, to this point. So we have that. We can pick on our line so that we'll be able to form the rest of the floor at once. To have it, drag it down. It comes to this point. Let's see it. It's going to overlap. Let's see. Are we picking it at the right point? So that we'll be able to prevent the overlapping. You see it's entering into this wall, so we say Ctrl Z. These are things you should take note, otherwise Revit will tell you your project is overlapping. So we have this. Let's ensure it's not overlapping. The walls are not overlapping, if not you will receive your error sign. So we have to this point. Yes, we'll come in up to this point. Finally to this point, then from this point you actually notice there's a curve. So all we need to do is to come back here and pick our arc command. So we have from here to this point, we'll fit in our arc. Revit is so smart, so we'll go back again, pick our line command, continue with it. Okay, it's not actually, well, let's not bother about that, just take it up. So we have, I think, this, and finally to this. So let's see, what we have left is this side. Let's see how it goes from here to this point. Let's see, let's go up here also, like this, finally up to this point and joins here. So let's finish up these ones first. Let's see if it does not come up with an error. So our work is perfect. So we'll go to structure again, we'll pick on floor, structural floors. So we'll come back and pick our line so that we'll be able to just draw, or let's just pick the rectangle so that we'll have from here down to this point and just say finish. So that is how to represent your floor. And then you want to represent your stairs, you are going to have an opening here, and definitely that's going to be provided before you click on your finish button. So let's see our work in 3D. So let's see it. So this is this, you see the cantilevered part is showing already. So we have this, let's put it on realistic view. So we have this, but the idea is this particular one is supposed to come on top of this. So let's see how we are going to do that. So let's change this view, let's tilt it up a bit, and let's select the whole of the column. I'm now selecting the whole of the column, so I can actually come here and either filter and tell it to select only the structural column and say OK. So from here I want it to, the columns are supposed to span from the ground floor to the top of the first floor. So we are going to come to our properties, change the top level to, we want it to be first floor, and the base level to be the ground floor. So we move away from it, and you see it has changed automatically. So we have that. So what we are also going to do, this floor is supposed to be at the top of it. So instead of going back to repeat the whole process, so we can just tilt it a bit and try to copy only the floors. Sorry, left to right, the floors and the rest. So let's see what is copied. Okay, analytical floors, analytical beams. So let's say it this way. So that is correct. So we have it only selected. Am I correct? So we'll click on copy. So we want to see it at the top of first floor. So we'll go to our first floor. On our first floor we see something like this, but we've already copied it from there. So we'll now come to paste, click on it, So we say align to current view. Click on that, align to current view. So we have it like this. As you can see it's here already, everything is here. So if we go back to our 3D, let's see what it is. So you see the whole thing that is at the bottom is at the top, so we don't need it at the bottom. So all we need to do is to just do what? Come here, select it and delete it off. So the whole thing is gone at the bottom, they are now at the top, just where we want them. So the next thing for us to do is to copy this and place it at the top of this. So to copy, we are going to select the whole of this. So let's have it like this. I have everything selected. So I'm going to go to copy, click on it. I'm going to locate a very suitable position for me to copy. So you can see the angle. Let me put this off so that we'll be able to see it properly. Okay, that's the select. So I'll have to reselect. So quickly let me do this. So everything is selected. I say copy. I have to go and select a suitable position. So you can see the end point. I click on it. So I drag it to this point. At this point, once an end point also shows, I click on it. You observe that I'm only using a common column that is common to both. So we'll click away. So let's view our drawing. Everything is in order, I think. So okay, so the next thing for us to do is to see our analytical model. Let's see if what we've done is in order. So we have our analytical model. There is no infringement anywhere, so I think we are in order. So quickly let's go back to our 3D model. So on the 3D interface, we have to, those columns are supposed to go up to the roof level. So what we are going to do, we are supposed to align them to that level. So we select our columns, select columns. So everything is selected, but we just want the column. So we come here and say, or rather let me show you another way. You can come here and say common element. You say columns, structural columns. So you have them like this, selected. Okay, it's not going to work that way. Let's just have it the normal way. We'll use filter. We have this selected. Let's say filter. Okay, deselect every other thing. Check none. Then we select analytical columns, structural columns. So we have them like this. Only column selected. So we click on this, copy to clipboard, copy it to clipboard. Then we want them to appear on our roof level. So we go to roof. On our roof, we now go to paste. We select paste. We say align to current view. And you observe that all your columns are now on this view, but let's see it in 3D. So we have it in 3D. Is everything in order? Is everything in order? I think yes. So let's go back to still on the 3D. Now we need to select our floors. So we select the whole floors like this. Ensure that all your floors, your beams are selected and they are accurately selected. So they are well selected. So we'll go to filter. On our filter, we don't want the floors, we only want the beams to be selected. So we click on apply. So we have only the floors and only the beams, the guiders and framings that are selected. So we also copy just like we did previously. Then we go to roof. On our roof, we now go to this and say paste. We say align to current view. So we see everything intact. Let's check it in 3D. So we have everything copied properly. So let's check our analytical model. Let's check the whole of it, the 3D analytical. So everything is in order. Okay, but these two columns here, they are supposed to extend up to the roof level. So to do that, we'll go back to our floor level, ground floor, because that's where we drew them. So we have them like this. So you select from right to left. Okay, this is not the right one, sorry about that. This is where the columns are. So select them like this from right to left. So on our properties panel, their base is the foundation and they are supposed to go up to the ground, up to the roof level. So we change this to what? roof level. So we say apply, it's already applied. Even without selecting, you can do that. Say visibility graphics, go to imported categories and we turn it off. Say apply, so it disappears, so you cannot see it again. So all what we have is our drawing. Let's look at the analytical, the importance of analytical. So in analytical you have the whole of this. You can always turn off the floor analytical. You select everything, you say filter analytical floors is what you want to remove, so you select it, so you close, you say hide category, and it's gone. You are left with this. So let's toggle this on so that you'll be able to see this. So you see everything is in position, nothing is moving out of position. So your project is in order. So you can also go to roof analytical. This is the essence of the analytical that I was talking about initially. So we can always hide category. Let's do that here. Let's say select and let's say hide category. Right click, let's say select this, also hide it, or is it hide category. So we have it. So you can see your work well in order and ready to be exported to any of the structural analysis program. Actually, you can also load your project from here. Revit is so versatile. You can load your project, then export it to either robot structural analysis, another Autodesk product, or to ETABS. And more recently, I think Prota have also created a plugin that you can use to link your Prota structure to your Revit, either way, in either direction. But before I forget, let's quickly add our support condition to our structure. So to do that, you go to your analyze. Yes, analyze. You go to your boundary condition, ensure it's on fixed. There are other conditions. There's the pin, there's the role, and the user. You define that one, but we are going to be fixed and ensure it's pinned. Since what we are doing is single footing, we'll put it like this. Do this. So I'm going to pause the video to do everything around, then we'll continue from there. So once you are done, this is what it's going to look like. Make sure you take your time, practice more and more. So successfully modeled our structure. Let's see it finally in the analytical view. So this is it, and once you export, this is what robot structural analysis is going to see. So in the next edition of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to export to various softwares like ETABS and robot structural analysis. So stay tuned, click the notification icon to get notification for our subsequent videos, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly click the subscribe icon, like and watch our videos, share them with your colleagues. See you next time. This is EINSTEIN AJ